Okay, looks like we're on the air. Okay, I can see where I can set a logo and everything else for me. Okay, let's do that. Okay, can you hear me? As I can't hear you. Nope, not hearing you, man. Say something now. Nope. I don't hear you.
Aha.
Ah, what am I hearing? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I hear you and see you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you. What was the deal?
I don't know. Google Hangout is a little weird sometimes, and
Waiting on my shit to recharge, in case you're wondering.
oh, okay.
I always keep a spare pack nearby. Alright, so
All right, so now we're live. Maybe it was just all on my end, and I needed to disconnect and reconnect. That happens. So this is what it looks like. Now, obviously, you can turn your camera off.
right.
Top there.
Now can you see
You see you have the option to invite people, which you can do by email address or, being in your circles. It used to be they had to be in your circles. It appears now you can just invite by email, which is good.
good deal. So this is it. All I have to do is make sure that each of the individuals that I intend on having a show give me their email address. I can go ahead and invite them in from there.
Well, hang on. For some reason my connection just dropped, which will happen sometimes. So I didn't hear the last thing you said.
All I need to do is make sure that I put their email in the invite there. I see the invite people at the top.
Yeah. And generally speaking, you can have the Hangout going before you go live, so you can sit there and, be doing stuff and making sure you've got them all lined up before you hit the go live button. I mean, we're live now, so if somebody goes to your YouTube channel, they'll see us having this conversation. So might
Now,
want to delete the video.
am I able to view this conversation on my own YouTube channel?
Yes, although if you do, you'll create a feedback loop, but you certainly can.
Give me a second here. Telling me an error occurred.
When you tried to do what?
Tried to load it.
I lost the plot. Tried to load what?
The actual ongoing thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, somewhere in there you should be able to. I'm going to figure out where it is. Paul usually starts these things. There's something where you can email the URL or share the URL, and it's that URL you want to use. You want to see it. Since you're in charge of the call, I can't direct you straight to it. Let's see, it might be under gear. No. Question. Comment tracker is kind of cool, but that's not it. Lower third, that's not it.
Okay, I see where we are. Yep. Alright, so we are indeed broadcasting. Doing just fine.
Yep. This is all pretty easy.
Right.
The big question to my mind is how to manage incoming calls. Now, of course, one plausible way of doing it mean, Google does have these phone numbers that you can get.
Well, I'm going to speak with the honey badgers and get more of that from them. You cut out on me.
I seem to be doing a lot of that this morning. You know what? I think I may have a problem with my modem. I'm going to reset it and I'll be right back. So I'll disappear for a minute or three and then I'll be back.
Yep.
Hello?
Yep, I got you, man.
Okay. Turn my camera off.
Yeah, I did the same. It'll save up some bandwidth.
It will. And there's no reason, Hangouts can't be conducted entirely like this.
Right.
The question then becomes purely a matter of how do we get incoming calls? Now, I know that it would be plausible, for example, for you to mute your mic in this session. You see you've got an option for that at the top as well as the camera.
Right.
And still take Skype calls. And then determine, do I want to bring this person on the air?
Right.
So, unmute your mic. However, some kind of circuit would have to be established whereby what's coming through your Skype is also being sent to...
Right, and even then you can only do one at a time.
That's right. That's right. It's an option. I'm just thinking here. But, okay, let's say we did it that way. Let's pretend we did it that way. All right, you can only take one at a time.
Right.
Could set up a voicemail and have the outgoing voicemail simply say, right, we can't, we're on the air right now. Leave us a message explaining what you'd like to talk about, and we'll give you a call back.
That could be really messy.
Well, it could.
In fact, chances are my whole time would be spent trying to filter through voicemails and not keep the show rolling. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. That or there have to be somebody else.
I mean, we will be running a live chat. We'd say, okay, if you're interested in talking to us, then message us in the live chat. Or if somebody has something particularly interesting to say during the chat session, say, hey, we want to pull this guy in. Do you want to come in? If so, here's how you do it.
All right, so then there's this thing. I'll send you the link to it.
Okay.
Something called Uber.
Alright, let's see here. Now that's interesting. Yeah, and it's cheap. Okay.
I have never had a chance to play with it, but I'm
Let
more
me
than happy to play with you.
Yeah, let me study this for a bit, and I will be ready by the next staff meeting to give you my opinion on using this.
Okay. All right.
Good.
All right.
Excellent.
Good.
Well, I
All
think we pretty well covered it. It was
Yeah,
a
it's
hell of a
actually-
lot easier than I thought it would be.
All of the weirdness comes in getting the appropriate plugins installed and figuring out how to get people invited. Once you have figured out how to do that, I mean, one thing you should make sure you know how to do right now is what if you want to invite somebody else right now? You know how to do that?
Yeah, I go to the invite button at the top of the screen and put in their information.
There you go.
Then send it to them.
What happens with guests, though, is that you have to figure out how to get them through it. And my biggest concern with this is, and this again is why we may want to keep Skype live in some way.
I don't have a problem keeping Skype live. We can roll with that. I just don't want to listen to 50,000 voice messages coming in. I mean, if we've got somebody, I can keep the Skype number rolling. I know how to keep my voice from cross-tracking over Skype and all that. That's easy as pie.
Is it?
So, I could be talking in the Google Hangout here, mute my outgoing to Skype, and still be able to handle calls perfectly rolling through. Yeah, it's not a problem at all.
Well, let's see what we have to say on Thursday then.
Huh?
And then go ahead and give me your, we'll have you report your thoughts on Thursday. And
Yep.
if you want to test anything between now and then, let me know.
Sure will. Excellent.
All right. Thanks, James.
Thanks a lot, Dean. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye.